Have you ever looked in the mirror and not recognized the person staring back at you? Maybe you've gained weight over the years. Maybe you feel tired all the time. Maybe you've lost the energy you used to have. And with it, you've lost your confidence, your hope, and your belief that things could ever be different. You've tried diets, you've tried gym memberships that you never used, you've made promises to yourself that you couldn't keep. And now, you've just given up. You tell yourself, I'm too old to change. It's too late. This is just who I am now. If that sounds familiar, if you feel like your best years are behind you and there's no point in trying anymore, this story will change how you see yourself forever. Because once, there was a man who was overweight, depressed, and convinced his life was over at 50. And he changed everything with one simple, free habit. Not a gym, not a diet, not a personal trainer, just walking. Stay with me until the end.
In a quiet suburb where life moved slowly and neighbors kept to themselves, there lived a 50-year-old man named Michael. Michael had once been a confident, ambitious man. In his 30s, he had a good job, a loving wife, and dreams of a bright future. But life had a way of wearing him down. His marriage ended, he lost his job during a company downsizing, and one by one, his dreams faded away. By the time he turned 50, Michael was a shadow of his former self. He weighed 260 pounds. He couldn't walk up a flight of stairs without losing his breath. His doctor had warned him about his blood pressure, his cholesterol, and his risk of diabetes. But Michael didn't care anymore. He had given up. Every morning he would wake up, look at himself in the mirror, and feel nothing but disappointment. He hated what he saw. He hated how he felt. He hated the person he had become. But he didn't know how to change. He couldn't afford a gym. He didn't have the energy for a diet. He felt like he was trapped in a body that had already given up on him. One afternoon, Michael was sitting on his porch, doing nothing, feeling nothing. His neighbor, a man in his 60s named Mr. Chen, walked by. Mr. Chen was lean, energetic, and always seemed to have a smile on his face. Michael had seen him walking every day, but he'd never thought much of it. That day, Mr. Chen stopped. "Michael, I've been watching you," he said gently. "You sit on this porch every day. You don't move, you don't smile. What's going on?" Michael shrugged. "What's the point? I'm 50, I'm overweight, I'm tired. I'm not going to change. This is my life now." Mr. Chen was quiet for a moment. Then he said something that surprised Michael. "I was you," he said. 20 years ago, I was 50. I was overweight, I was depressed, I had given up, and I thought my life was over." Michael looked up, confused. "You? But you're so healthy, energetic, happy." Mr. Chen smiled. "I wasn't always this way. I changed, not by going to the gym, not by going on a crazy diet. I changed by taking one walk a day, 20 minutes, every day. That's it." Michael shook his head. "A walk? That's not going to fix my life." Mr. Chen sat down on the porch steps. "You're right. One walk won't fix your life. But one walk every day for a year? That can change everything. Not because walking is magical, because showing up every single day changes who you are. It builds discipline. It builds momentum. It builds belief." Michael stared at him, not sure what to say. Mr. Chen continued, "I'm not asking you to run a marathon. I'm not asking you to go to the gym. I'm asking you to walk with me tomorrow. Just one walk, 20 minutes. Can you do that?" Michael hesitated. It seemed too simple, but something in Mr. Chen's voice made him feel a small flicker of hope. "Fine," he said. "One walk." The next morning, Michael walked with Mr. Chen. It was slow, painful. He was out of breath within 5 minutes. His legs ached, his back hurt. He wanted to quit. But Mr. Chen didn't push him. He just walked beside him, matching his pace.
"That's it," he said. "Just one foot in front of the other." They walked for 20 minutes. By the time Michael got home, he collapsed onto his couch, exhausted. But something felt different. He had done something. He had moved. The next day, Mr. Chen knocked on his door again. "Ready?" Michael hesitated. His body was sore. Every part of him wanted to say no. But he remembered how he had felt yesterday after the walk. Not happy, exactly, but not hopeless either. He stood up. Fine. They walked again, and again, and again. The first week was agony. The second week was less painful. By the third week, Michael noticed something. He wasn't out of breath. He could walk a little faster. By the fourth week, he started walking alone when Mr. Chen couldn't join him. He was starting to enjoy it. The quiet, the fresh air, the feeling of his body moving.
1 month passed. Michael had walked every single day. He hadn't missed one. He weighed himself and saw that he had lost 5 pounds. It wasn't a lot, but it was something. It was proof that he was changing. Mr. Chen gave him a new challenge. Now, let's increase it to 30 minutes and start walking a little faster. Michael nodded. I can do that. 3 months passed. Michael had lost 20 pounds. He had more energy. He was sleeping better. He noticed that the fog in his mind was starting to lift. He wasn't as depressed. He wasn't as hopeless. Walking had given him something he thought he had lost forever. Momentum. 6 months passed. Michael had lost 40 pounds. He had joined a local walking group. He was leading walks now, encouraging others who were just like he used to be. People would say to him, "Michael, you look different. What changed?" He would smile and say, "I started walking." He had also started eating better, not because he was on a strict diet, but because he wanted to. He wanted his body to feel as good as it was starting to feel. He was taking care of himself, and it felt good. 1 year has passed. Michael had lost 55 pounds. He was 205 pounds. Still not perfect, but transformed. He had energy. He had confidence. He had friends. He had a community. And most importantly, he had himself back. He had believed that his life was over, but it had just been starting. Mr. Chen came to him one day and said, "Do you remember what you told me on that porch a year ago?" Michael nodded. "I said my life was over." Mr. Chen smiled. "And now?" Michael looked at the sky, the trees, the people walking together. "Now I realize it is just beginning." Mr. Chen placed a hand on his shoulder. "The walk didn't change you. You changed you. The walk just gave you a reason to show up." Michael smiled. "And I've been showing up ever since." My friend Michael's story is your story. If you've ever felt like you're too old, too tired, or too far gone to change, if you've given up on yourself, if you've looked in the mirror and felt hopeless, here's the truth. You don't need a gym membership. You don't need a personal trainer. You don't need a perfect diet. You need one thing: to start. Not to run a marathon, not to transform overnight, just to move. 20 minutes a day, that's all. Walking isn't the point. The showing up is. When you show up for yourself every day, even in small ways, you tell yourself something powerful. I matter. My health matters. My future matters. That belief is what changes everything. Not the weight loss, not fitness, the belief that you're worth it. So here's your challenge. Tomorrow morning, put on your shoes and walk for 20 minutes. Just 20 minutes. Not for the exercise, not for weight loss, for discipline, for momentum, for the belief. Do it again the next day and the next. And watch what happens when you start showing up for yourself. Not because you have to, because you're finally worth it. If this story inspired you, give this video a like, drop a comment,
What's your 20-minute commitment? Share this with someone who needs to hear that it's never too late. And subscribe for more stories that change how you see yourself. Until next time, remember, you're not too old, you're not too tired, you're not too far gone. You just need to start. One walk at a time.